it's Nicole from Nicole Loves Nails. Yes, there's a cat up there.
You watch me under the light, so keep me in your sight, 'cause I can do this all night.
If you are new here, I'm Nicole. That's, oh, and she's gone. Didn't even stick around for the intro. I'm Nicole. Welcome to my channel. If you enjoy nail polish related content, I upload new videos every single week and my cat is featured in most of them. If you are in fact a returning subscriber, welcome back. How are you doing? I hope everyone's having a fantastic week. So today's video is for the May Hella Handmade Creations. If you are new and have no idea what Hella Handmade Creations is, I will have all that information down in the description box. I will also have links to the Hella Handmade Creations website, links to the Hella Handmade Creations social media pages, my social media pages, as well as a link to my blog post where I host all of my swatch photos. And just an FYI, all the brands featured in this video, I also have their social media pages linked over on my blog post. Hella Handmade Creations opens up on the 14th of every single month. That is everything. I want to make this fast. Let's just get into this video. First up is All Mixed Up Lacquers with Imagine the Things We'll Do. This is All Mixed Up Lacquers' first month with Hella Handmade Creations, and their theme is 80s rock bands. This polish was inspired by the Scorpions' Blackout album cover. It's described as being an aqua blue when indoors / shade to a deep blurple when outside / exposed to UV light, with navy, hollow, and aqua / blue / purple / pink / gold crystal chameleon flakes. It's priced at $12 for 15 ml and has a cap of 150 bottles. So first off, I just want to say I freaking love the theme that this brand decided to go with for Hella Handmade Creations. I am very excited to see what comes up for this theme. So this polish had a really great formula. It did start off fairly sheer, but I found it built up very nicely. Depending on thickness and coats, you will likely have some visible nail line in the indoor shade. I found that the glitters and flakies largely distract from it, but if you look for it, you will see your visible nail line. So the flakies and glitters all spread out very evenly and easily without giving off any texture, which I was very surprised about. I only needed one coat of top coat to smooth this one out. So it was raining the day that I swatched this one, so I was not able to bring it outside to show it in natural sunlight. For solar polishes, it will depend on how strong your light source is on how dark the UV color will get. Since I used a blacklight flashlight, it did make the polish look significantly darker than what I tend to find is the case with solar polishes. The little collage that I have showing the different shades of blue that you will see. So you'll get any of those colors just depending on how strong your light source is. So I swatched this one in 3 coats with 1 coat of top coat. Removal will not be overly difficult. I would not recommend scrubbing this polish off, but I don't think it'll be like the most difficult polish ever to scrub off if that's what you want to do. Bee's Knees Lacquer is continuing their American Horror Story series, and this polish was described as being a black to green to purple multi-chrome base with hollow flakies and a ruby red light reflective glitter. It's priced at $13.50 for 15 ml and has no cap. Crowded AF had a pretty nice formula. I found it was on the thicker side of normal, but I did not have any issues with application. The glitters in here will give this polish quite a bit of texture. You will definitely want to pair this one with a glitter smoothing top coat or go in for 2 coats of top coat just to give this a perfectly glossy, smooth finish. If you like texture polishes, this will be fantastic without any top coat at all. Due to the thicker formula, I would not recommend this polish in more than 2 coats. I used 2 coats and I reached full opacity that way. I would think anything more than 2 coats and your nails are going to look rather thick. So the multi-chrome in here was as described, as were the reflective and holographic glitters. This polish was extremely sparkly and just really, really beautiful. So for the natural light shots, this was just regular old natural sunlight. The sun was behind a cloud, so this wasn't looking like super holographic or super reflective, but like I could definitely see like those gorgeous, gorgeous sparkles on the nail. Removal for this polish is going to be on the difficult side. If you try to scrub this one off, do not try to scrub this polish off. I personally used a peel off base coat, but you can also soak this one off with minimal mess. Next up is Colores de Cara with Angel Falls. Colores de Carol is continuing their theme of South American landmarks, and they were inspired by the Angel Falls in Venezuela. This polish is described as being a gold to green to red multi-chrome base with iridescent chameleon flakes, mermaid flakes, as well as a silver magnetic effect. It's priced at $13 for 15 ml and has a cap of 100 bottles. Angel Falls had a beautiful formula. It did start off very sheer, so you will want to build this one up for full opacity. I found the magnetic effect magnetized very easily for me. I will say, when I first started swatching this one, I did not like it. I thought it was kind of ugly, to be honest. And then once I got this one magnetized, it just looked really, really beautiful. The magnetic effect was very easy for me using both a bar magnet in the live swatch and a ring magnet for my photos in this portion here. And speaking of my photos, once again, I messed up the white balance, so the photos are not color accurate at all. The live swatch portion and the four-finger movement shots are going to be more color accurate than the swatch photos. Because this one is sheer, I will say it's going to be a solid 3-coater if you want to reach full opacity. Making it sheer enough, you can also use this one as a topper if that is more your cup of tea. Nothing in here will dry down textured or be difficult to remove, and I did not experience any staining. Next up is Cupcake Polish with Vision. Cupcake Polish is finishing up their Wanda Vision series, and this polish was inspired by Vision. So the polish is described as being a denim blue nail polish filled with a red to gold to green shifting aurora shimmer. It's priced at $13 for 15 ml and has no cap. Vision had a really nice formula. The base did not feel overly thick or thin, and I had zero application issues. This one is very color shifty. I feel like the green in the shimmer does make the base color look more like a teal than a navy blue, but I can see where they were going with the navy blue. I'm just saying, it looks a lot more tealish on the nail. So as I mentioned, the shimmer is very strong and very glowy. You will not see any brush strokes through that shimmer. It is exactly as described. I thought this one was going to be a stainer for me, but I did not have any issues with staining, so removal is going to be very easy. You will want top coat just to give this a nice glossy finish. Next up, we have Heather's Hues with I'm the Bad Guy. Duh. Heather's Hues is continuing their series inspired by Billie Eilish, and this one is described as being a neon red-orange base with a mix of iridescent flakes. It's priced at $12.50 for 15 ml and has no cap. Let's just get this out of the way now. I frickin' love me a neon polish, but good lord, I forgot how annoying they are to photograph. So this one was exactly as described. Like, oh my god, this one was so neon and gorgeous. Because it is a true neon, it will glow under black light, which is what you were seeing here. I would say it is more red than orange as far as neons go, but depending on lighting, it will look a little bit orange too. So this one was very opaque. I feel like it dried down just a little bit more sheer than it did apply. So my live swatch was in 2 coats, but for my swatch photos, I did use 3. For personal wear, I would likely just wear this one in 2 coats because coverage was pretty good. But if you have longer nails and want to cover up your nail line, you'll want to go in for 3 coats. Nothing in here will dry down textured or be difficult to remove. You will definitely want some top coat just to give you a nice glossy finish. So the first and the only non-nail polish item I have to share this month is by Heather's Hues, and this is her What Is This Sorcery lotion. The scent for May is Choco Berry. So Heather's Hues was inspired by Adventure Time, and this Choco Berry is described as being a luscious blend of ripe red strawberry and creamy milk chocolate notes with hints of sweet vanilla cream and rich maple. It is priced at $7.50 for 2 ounces and has a cap of 40 jars. I never know what to say for when I'm reviewing this because I feel like I say the same thing every single month. I love this lotion. I buy this lotion on a regular basis. So this month's scent, I did not think I was gonna be too crazy about it. I am very picky when it comes to things that are scented in chocolate. I hate like you know how there's like 2 ways chocolate scented things go. Either they smell nothing like chocolate and it just smells like fake chocolate, or they smell like actual chocolate. And like, if it doesn't smell like chocolate, I'm just kind of like, no, just no. Like, don't give me the fake chocolate. I want real chocolate. So for this scent, I feel like my nose was, for the most part, for when I sniffed the jar, I feel like I was definitely picking up like a berry fragrance. And then like once I had it on my hands, I was rubbing it, then I was smelling the chocolate. I would say that the predominant scent that I was getting was definitely like a berry fragrance. I was getting hints of like a sweet-ish kind of chocolate. If I had to say if it was fake or real smelling chocolate, I would lean towards more real smelling chocolate. Let me just make sure. Yeah, I would say that it does have more of a real chocolate kind of smell. I am enjoying this month's scent. I actually have it slathered all over my arms right now. Next up, we have Hearts and Promises with Pink Ladies. Hearts and Promises is starting a new series inspired by Greece. This polish is described as being a medium pink neon base with silver 3D reflective glitter as well as silver hollow glitter. Pink Ladies is priced at $13 and has a cap of 300 bottles. Pink Ladies had a really great formula. I will be showing this one in 2 coats here for the live swatch, but for my swatch photos, I did do 3 coats. I think this one's going to be a 2 to 3 coater depending on preference and application style. So the medium pink base is exactly as described. I would probably call it like a pastel neon shade. Because this one is a neon, it will glow under black light. So the glitters in here do give the polish quite a bit of texture. They spread out very evenly and easily, but again, they will give quite a bit of texture. I would recommend pairing this one with a glitter smoothing top coat before going in with your quick dry top coat. Even with 2 coats of top coat, I did still have a couple of spots where I could feel some texture on my nail. So if that kind of thing bothers you, you might even want to go in for a 3rd coat of top coat just to make it like perfectly glossy smooth. I was pleasantly surprised at just how reflective this one looked in natural sunlight. When I was swatching it, I didn't have the description in front of me, so I didn't realize that there were reflective glitters in here until like I got it out in the sun and just was just like, oh, okay, I see what you're doing here. Removal will be on the more difficult side if you try to scrub this one off. Next up, we have LynB Designs with Parallelogram of Despair. LynB Designs is continuing their theme of properties of polygons, and this polish is described as being a purple multi-chrome base that shifts from a green to blue to purple to pink with linear holographic. It's priced at $13 for 15 ml and has a cap of 100 bottles. Parallelogram of Despair had both a really great name and a really great formula. It did start off on the more sheer side. You will definitely want to build this one up for the most opacity. I found in 3 coats I did still have some visible nail line depending on how bright my light source was. However, the color shiftiness and the holographic largely distract from visible nail line. Like if you search for it, you'll see it. But like, I don't think it's going to be like a huge visible nail line kind of polish unless you go in for very thin coats. This one is also going to be sheer enough that you could also use it as a topper if you want. Nothing in here will dry down, textured, or be difficult to remove. You will want top coat for a glossy finish. Next up is MTK Design with Brandywine. MTK Designs is continuing their theme on modern American folk music. This polish was inspired by the blacksmith of Brandywine, and it's described as being a bright berry when warm to a dark berry wine when cold, thermal polish with a linear holographic, cherry scattered holographic glitter, as well as a pink/purple shifting shimmer. It's priced at $12 for 15 ml and has no cap. Brandywine had a really nice formula. It was slightly on the thicker side, but I wouldn't call it overly thick by any means. I found the thermal aspect started changing on me right away, and both colors were as described. This one is going to be very holographic. Once again, I'm sorry I didn't get it out in natural light, but it was raining. And the shimmer in here also gives us a really nice kind of effect on the nail. It's on the more subtle side, but I could definitely see it in person. So I did 2 coats for my live swatch, but I did swatch it in 3 coats. The hairdryer that I use to work with thermal polishes broke. So I was kind of struggling with trying to show the warm state on this one. So I don't know if it's going to be a 2 or a 3 coater From what I could see in person, it did look like it could potentially be a solid 2-coater, but just to be sure, I did end up doing 3 coats. Nothing in here will dry down textured or be difficult to remove. You will definitely want top coat for a glossy finish, and I had no issues with staining. And the final polish is by Night Owl Lacquer, and this one is called Gumball Soup. Night Owl Lacquer is continuing their theme based on the TV show Psych, and this one is inspired by Season 8, Episode 7. This polish is described as being a neon yellow Crelly base filled with circle neon glitters and white shreds. It's priced at $11.80 for 15 ml and has no cap. Gumball Soup had a nice formula. This one is absolutely jam-packed with glitter in it, so it was on the thicker side. I did not have any issues with application when I was doing my photos, but I did find for my live swatch I was kind of struggling a little bit from the angle. So I did end up adding a little bit of thinner into the polish on the 3rd coat. I didn't need to add thinner when I was doing my swatch photos, but yeah, I don't know, something was just going on at the live swatch. I just needed to add a couple of drops of thinner just to make application not look so terrible. I actually really love this polish. I am a sucker for neon Crellys, and this one just did everything for me. And speaking of neons, we all know they are extremely difficult to photograph, and I will fully admit I really flopped on my swatch photos. I found that in person, the color on this one is very much like what you're seeing here, and in the live swatch, I feel like my swatch photos came out just a tiny bit too yellow and not enough of like a neon yellowy green highlighter. Hopefully that made sense. So I think this one is likely going to be a solid 3-coater just to get the most opacity and to even out any like light spots on the nail. You will definitely want top coat for this polish. Without any top coat, it's going to look like a lumpy, bumpy mess, and top coat just smooths everything out really nicely. I used a glitter smoothing top coat before going with my quick dry top coat. As you can guess, removal is going to be hellish. If you try to scrub this one off, don't do that to yourself. Use either a peel off base coat or soak this one off. Alrighty, and so that is everything. So for favorites, these are going to be no surprise to anyone, I think. So my top pick is going to be the Heather's Hues nail polish. It's a neon, so automatically it's at like the top of the list. I am just so excited for neon season. Like, yeah, summer releases, always a top pick for me. So yeah, this one's on here just because I really love neons. And speaking of neons, my next top pick is going to be the Night Owl Lacquer polish called Gumball. This is like super bright neon, and I love it. Like I mentioned in the live swatch, the application is, if you're not used to glitter polishes, the application might be a little tricky. But like, the payoff in 3 coats is phenomenal, so I really love this one. And I can't not like it. It's a neon, and there are neon glitters in here, so yeah, I'm gonna like it. For the next top picks, I'm undecided between the Hearts and Promises polish and the All Mixed Up Lacquers polish. Because like, for me personally, like now that like the sunshine is, well, this week we have sun. I feel like it's solar season for me, so I think, actually that was a lot of talk for nothing. So for the next top pick, I think I'm gonna go with the All Mixed Up Lacquers polish. I don't know, I kind of feel like now, like this week, we're gonna have really phenomenal weather here. So I feel like for me personally, solar season is starting now. So yeah, we're gonna go with the All Mixed Up Lacquers polish. I really just love solar polishes. So I would love to know what everyone else is planning on picking up. Which of these polishes stood out to you the most? Let me know down in the comments. Thank you all so much for watching. If you have not yet already, don't forget to hit that like button, hit subscribe if you aren't already, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!